It is Grammys week, which means it's time to submit our final predictions and talk about who we want to win. Lady Gaga, Bad Bunny, Kendrick Lamar, Sabrina Carpenter. I think it's going to be a hotly contested year. And we're going to give you the lowdown about what we think. We are also going to talk about the return of Harry Styles. With Aperture, I've got Jono here again to do it all with me. How are you doing, Jono?
Hi, I'm good. I'm doing a diet at the moment, so if I can't remember anything, that's why. Sam knows all too much about it. But I'm really excited. Also, we'll talk about this in the episode, but the Grammys predictions change every second day. So It's really exciting to lead up to see actually what's going to happen.
Because I think there are not, I don't know, what we'll see when talking about it, there are not clear front runners in almost any category, I think. Which is a product of it being maybe a slightly weaker field than last year, but also everything seems to be on a level playing field, which I like. If you like this podcast, the Pop Pod you're listening to, you should follow or subscribe. We're back for our 2026 season. You can also write to us via email or send us a voice note if you have any thoughts on the podcast. We'll play it out. We'll discuss it. You can just DM me on Instagram, or you can DM the Pop Pod on Instagram, or you can send an email to that address. But for now, let's kick it off with a Grammy winner, the winner for Album of the Year a couple years ago, Harry Styles, who returned last week with Aperture, the first single off his forthcoming album. Kiss all the time, disco occasionally. Got it in one.
Nice.
This is a turn into slightly more dance stylings for Harry. I think it's definitely the biggest change he's done within his career thus far, sonically. And it's done pretty well. It debuted at number 1. It's slipped a little bit since then, but I think that's kind of a given for a song that's over 5 minutes long and certainly not as hooky as his previous work. We haven't spoken about this literally at all. We haven't even messaged about it. So I have no idea what your thoughts are. I think what we ascertained last week is that you're perhaps slightly more favorable towards Harry's work than I am. And this song, I guess for me, this is exactly what I was asking for. I was asking for a dance club sound from him that had some different elements to it. And I think largely the production has been nailed here. I think what hasn't been nailed is his vocal delivery, which is verging on mundane, I think. There's no flavor to it. And my biggest issue with him is I feel I have really high expectations because I think that he really could be a Bowie figure. But anytime he's given a chance to do that, he never comes through with the personality off stage. Whenever he's in interviews, his singing, his lyrics, they just always continue to fall too much on cliches. And I just think the vocal performance on this song is I do like this song, but there's nothing there vocally for me. It's verging on boring, I would say.
Oh.
How do you feel?
Well, it feels unfair because I already know your opinion because I've seen your takes on TikTok. I actually had to swipe quickly away from your record or song of the year prediction, so it didn't ruin the episode today. I am super positive towards the song. It feels pretty obvious to me that it's a 1-2 punch. He's basically released this as the first single, not to be the next as it was. I think it was to say, I'm making a dance record. And I think the next single will be the one that has the biggest hooks and will be a longer, running. I think this is just an intro to the album. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but also I can't stop listening to it. I think the subtlety in his voice, if you think we're going to do an episode on his singles soon, so we can delve into it. But I don't know, compared to Sign of the Times, which was obviously such a grand release, which was really fun. I think this is quite smart if he does the 1-2 punch element, which I think he will do, because it frames the album as slightly different. and then he'll have the long-standing like second single. It's almost like the expectations were so high. He was never gonna have a single that was gonna get rapturous applause. So
you
why
think
not
like he
give one?
intentionally kind of came out with
Yeah.
something a little bit more like, because the excuse is of the numbers like not being as good as they should be is like, oh well, this is like, you know, a 5-minute song that's just a teaser kind of thing. Which, yeah, you might be right. It could be smart. I just feel like I've just given him passes so long because I'm like, oh no, he's going to get there. You know, he's going to be great. And I think he's like a 7 out of 10, but I don't think he's ever like pushing into that next bit. And I think the thing is that the lyrics on this song are like quite dreadful, I feel like. Like the specificity is just not there at all. Like the We Belong Together, that chorus bit is so clunky. I think the verses are really nice. And then I think he kind of brings it like all together at the end, and that bit's really nice. But the chorus, I'm just like, you know this of me. Like this has been my criticism of him from day one. He just lacks specificity in every single way. Like in every interview, I'm like, say something that is not like literally I could find in a quotes book at like an airport gift store, really.
To be fair, I haven't watched his interviews. I watched a small clip of it, like one of him talking about something, and it really wasn't very exciting. But I feel like maybe we feel the opposite about Justin Bieber and Harry Styles. I feel like you're quite pro Justin and I like Justin, whereas I think I'm quite pro Harry Styles and you just like Harry. I feel like that's maybe
and this is why I'm in the US and you're in the UK.
Literally.
Maybe this is like, maybe what comes across as a lack of specificity to me comes across as subtlety to you. And maybe the reason I like Justin Bieber so much is because he definitely does not lack personality.
Yeah.
to a fault sometimes.
Controversial.
But I am really excited for this album. And I think I sound really harsh on Harry, but I do actually like a lot of his stuff. I think I'm just always comparing it to like Lights Up. I just felt like was him in this perfect moment of like everything came together and was so right about everything that he's like meant to be as a star and like kind of a sex symbol and everything. And since then, I've felt like a drain in like energy maybe from him vocally.
Yeah, I do see that. I think we, myself included, we need to just move on from the fact that we want him to be Bowie and Prince, because I think that's so actually where he wants to be. I think we just want him to be that because he presents that with his style.
But I want him to be like icon status. And the more and more I hear, I just don't think he has it in him. Like off stage, on stage, I think absolutely. Everything like off stage, like he's just so far away from presenting a project that somebody like Gaga or Beyonce could, even Taylor Swift, you know, like he just hasn't been able to hit the mark for me on that.
As in off stage?
Yeah.
But then, like, Beyonce doesn't do interviews anymore. I know he's not that level, but I don't know. I'm kind of like...
But Beyonce puts so much more specificity into her work. Like,
yeah,
you don't really need an interview for Cowboy Carter because there's so much said on that record. Whereas, like, if I'm to take something from this single, like, what am I going to say Harry's been up to? Like, getting into photography?
Yeah, true. True, but then also that's a body of work. Like, if you look at Break My Soul, I love that song, but I don't think you could break that down too much to be...
Yeah, that's true. But there's such a pain that comes from her vocal in that song. Like she's so dynamic vocally on that. True. This one is like what I used to do on SingStar when you realized that you could hit all the notes if you were just like,
Sam, that's a lie because you could never hit all the notes.
I could actually. And I still could. Okay, let's move on. I think like this is going to be one of our most interesting conversations of the year is the like development of this Harry Styles era, because clearly we're on very different pages. I just want to make it clear I'm being harsh to him because I do really think he has it in him. I'm like Tyra Banksing him. Never in my life have I had to yell at a girl like this.
You asked for it, so that's why I'm doing it. For sure.
Okay, Grammys is on Sunday. It just feels like we talk about Grammys all year long because once the show's over, it's like who's getting nominated this year. And then once the nominations come, it's like 8 weeks of just talking about that. But we're finally here. We've made it to the end. We're just going to go through the categories, yeah? And we're going to talk about who we think is going to win, who we think should win. Jono's got some stuff on the odds. We'll also run through the pop categories as well. We'll probably skip like rock and best contemporary instrumental album.
Yeah.
Even though I know you're a big fan of Gerald Clayton's ones and twos.
Jerry!
So let's start. Well, why don't we start at Best New Artist? Do you think that's a good place to begin?
Well, okay, not to take over, but we could start with a review of the 2025 Grammys for 2 minutes and compare what the predictions were versus who won. Because that, I think, would springboard into this. I can run through it really quickly.
Yeah, go for it.
I might get you to give a brief Grammys explainer in a minute about like the Grammy voters and how it changed, because I think that's important to remind people about in the context. But the odds last year, so album of the year, Beyonce was the odds-on favorite. Obviously, she won. Best New Artist, Chapel and Sabrina were tied in the odds. It was quite stacked.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Best New Artist was really stacked last year.
Sabrina, Doechii, Ray were all in there, but they weren't. Doechii and Ray weren't up there with the odds. It was Sabrina and Chapel.
Doechii and Ray had not really had their moment yet. Like Ray had somewhat with escapism, but Doechii was just on the precipice of like going like nuclear. So I feel like it made sense that Sabrina and Chapel were up there. I always thought Chapel was going to win that award, and she did. Yeah.
And Chapel won it. And then song and record both went to Not Like Us by Kendrick, and that was a odd surprise. It wasn't
that was a
favorite
shock
in
to
either
me.
category. Yeah.
So I guess we'll talk about this like down the line, but Song of the Year has traditionally really snubbed hip hop. And the fact that it went to Kendrick last year was kind of a like indication of how much the voting body has changed over the years.
Right.
I could be wrong, but I think it was the first hip hop song to win that award.
Really?
I'm just having a quick look now. Some terrible songs have won it.
Because last year the odds said Espresso was gonna win, and that was like a reasonably clear favorite.
Are we talking record?
Song, and then record was Good Luck Babe. That was the favorite.
Interesting. Okay.
So
and they both went to Kendrick. Sorry, This Is America did win Song of the Year.
Okay.
Which I guess is, hip hop. But Not Like Us, a diss song against Drake, to take out Song of the Year, a category that's traditionally been seen as being a little bit more like daggy, I guess, than Record of the Year, is crazy. Yeah. I was not expecting that double hit at all.
Yeah. And I wonder if we'll talk about things in a sec, but like this vote splitting, because did people split between like Espresso, another pop song, and then obviously Kendrick got it? What do you think? Can you remind the audience about the Grammy changes that's happened recently? Because I think it did impact last year's results.
Yeah, so over the years, I guess over the past maybe 5 years, they got a new CEO after the whole women need to step up comment that the previous CEO made. And they've basically just blown wide open the voting pool. So like I can't remember the exact amount, but they've like really expanded it, and there's so many new voters. And the big one this year, which will be important when it comes to talking about the categories we're going to talk to, is for the first time ever, the Latin Grammy voters can now vote in the main Grammys as well, which I think can only be seen as a good thing for one of the people who pops up in the main categories that we're going to talk about. But basically, they've been really working on diversifying and modernizing the voting pool. And I think for the first time, last year's winners really showed that that is working. And I think the nominees this year also show that it's working, even though clearly these new voters now just have like a real thing for a whole new bunch of artists, which is basically like Chapel, Sabrina, Billie Eilish, who just keep popping back up again. But it's clear that like the things that have happened in the past, like the really random sort of old legacy winners, I think they're almost never going to happen again, maybe, which is a good thing.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, but that is crazy how much it changed. I think it's like 13,000 voters now or something. Like it's a big amount.
It's a massive increase. I can't remember what it was at before, but it is like, yeah. And I know that Addison Rae is a Grammys voter as well now. So I wonder if you can vote for yourself in that scenario.
Yeah. I think I read somewhere that you're allowed to vote in like 10 categories or something, and you're encouraged to do the ones you know best, but you actually don't have to. So you could just go in and like vote for medal.
That's exactly where I'd head. I saw someone say, you know, they have those like leaks of people who've voted, and somebody abstained from voting an album of the year because they said they didn't have enough time to listen to all the nominees this year. I'm like, they're a better person than I am, because if I didn't have time, I would have seen one of my favorites on that list and been like, Lady Gaga's getting my vote.
Yeah, but also didn't have time. It's like 8 albums, isn't it?
I know. Like it's 8. How are you on the voting body for the Grammys, which is meant to be like music's night of nights, if you've got people on there voting that don't have time to listen to 8 albums? It's time for them to get the chop,
Literally.
Okay, should we go in?
All the albums? Yeah, let's go into it.
I'm trying to think. Have I listened to all the albums? Yeah. Yes,
I think we did when we did the first Grammys discussion.
Yeah.
Because I remember I hadn't listened to one of them before, I think. Can't remember. Yeah, I hadn't listened to Leon Thomas's one. Right. I have now. Did you want to start with Best New Artist?
Yeah, I'm happy to start there. Yeah. It feels like the least important of the 4, and we want to keep people listening all the way to the end.
And also, it's kind of the most obvious. Do you want to start with who you want to win, or do you want me to start with the odds?
Start with the odds.
Okay.
No, actually, let's do the odds after.
Yeah.
Because then it won't influence our decision, because I'm on the fence about a few of these.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good.
So Best New Artist, the nominees are Addison Rae, Alex Warren, Cat's Eye, Leon Thomas, Lola Young, The Marias, Olivia Dean, and Somba. A pretty stacked category again. And I was actually doing some research into the Marias the other day for a video that I was doing. And I was like, oh, they're in the top 250 most streamed artists like monthly. And I was like, that's impressive. And then I started looking at all the nominees for Best New Artist, and many of them are even higher. Like Somba, Olivia Dean, Lola Young, and Cat's Eye and Alex Warren were all higher, which I think is like crazy that this is the new artist pool, and most of them are doing better than like legacy artists, I think is amazing. But I would like to see Addison Rae win this, obviously. I think that of all the records here, hers is the strongest, and I think she presents the strongest vision as an artist going forward, who can really like forge her own path and not rely on like too many influences. But I do think that there's no way this is not going to Olivia Dean, and I'm happy about that. The only thing that might shock me is that maybe I think Olivia Dean is very much an artist that the old Grammys would have voted for. And like, if it's changed a lot, potentially this could go to Somba, I think, because he's the more like modern sort of like Gen Z artist here. But surely it's going to Olivia Dean, and I'd be happy with that as well.
Yeah, okay. I would be happy. I'd be really happy with Addison to win it. But I want Olivia to win it, mostly because the album wasn't eligible to be nominated this year for anything. And I just feel like she's not going to be probably nominated next year because people will have moved on. Because it was released in like
no way.
September.
Next year, she's winning like nearly everything. I think she's doing an Adele sweep.
I honestly think it will be like she'll get like a token nomination, but I don't think she'll get album of the year nominated, and I don't think she'll get.
Really? I think
I
she's the
think the
one to beat
timing will
right
screw
now.
her though. Like, think about how many
But
albums will come out
Kendrick's
between now and then.
Kendrick's fine. Like his has similar timing and he's fine.
I know, but he's already like a mainstream, like
Yeah.
a big enough artist. I think for me, I don't see her getting Record of the Year nomination. And so I just feel like this would be like a nice narrative for her to be like, she got Best New Artist.
She's
And
a
then if
Grammy
she
winner.
doesn't get any nominations for the actual album, like she'll probably get like, I don't know, pop solo or something. But nothing, I don't think she'll get a big four category. So this feels like fair to me to recognize it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I could put $1,000 down right now that she gets nominated for Album of the Year next year. Not only that, but I would put her even higher as a winner of Album of the Year next year.
I think she should, but also, if I was a voter, wouldn't you just be like, oh, whatever, that was so long ago?
I mean, that's the problem, I think. It's all about momentum.
Yeah.
And that's why Kendrick did so well this year, because he had the Super Bowl happening. Obviously, the whole Drake thing was happening. He had all the hits in the charts right now. Right at that point, the album had just come out. So, like, he had that momentum on his side. So, yeah, I get what you're saying about that. I think momentum is everything. But we can talk about that a bit more with the categories, because I do think that's going to come into play with Album of the Year a lot.
Okay, sure. Well, odds on favourite is, as you guessed, Olivia Dean by quite a mile. She's like pretty high up there with the odds compared to everyone else. Leon Thomas is second. Addison's around third. But
so Somber is lower.
Yeah. So on Best New Artist for Gold Derby, and also just like betting odds like sports bet or whatever. We don't encourage gambling, by the way, but just talk about the numbers.
No, I don't.
Leon is the only one closest. The rest of them are like all you could pick out of the bunch. The percentages, they're so low. The Maria's is last, but they're all really low. So Somber isn't even like a contender. Like if you bet on Somber, you'd win a shit ton of money if he won.
So I think the reason that they're putting it on Leon Thomas as second is because he's the only one that has a nomination in Album of the Year of all of them. However, I don't think that really changes anything. I think it's a total new ball game, like when you're in a different voting pool. And I mean, I guess artists like him have had good success in recent years, but yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Surely it's Olivia's to lose.
It's Olivia's to lose.
Yeah.
Like, surely. I'd love if Addison won it. I just think Addison would get so much backlash if she won it, and it would be annoying for her in a way, you know?
Yeah, it can be a curse for sure.
Yeah.
I think about that with Harry's House, and I'm like, it's almost annoying for him that he won that in such a strong year, because he's never going to be able to live it down. Like, it, at some point, it eats you. Okay, should we do Song of the Year?
Yeah, Song of the Year next.
The nominees are Bad Bunny, DTMF, Billie Eilish, Wildflower, Doechii, Anxiety, Huntrix, Golden, Kendrick Lamar and SZA, Luther, Lady Gaga, Abracadabra, Rose and Bruno Mars, Aperture, and Sabrina Carpenter, Manchild.
And remind us the difference between song.
Yeah, so people don't know, song awards the songwriters only. So, for example, if I released a song, but it was written by you, you would get the award, not me. And that would kill me.
I would lord that over you for the rest of our days.
So this one, I think that the person I would like to take this award is Sabrina Carpenter, Manchild. I think listeners of the pod, won't be surprised to hear that I love Man's Best Friend. I think that in terms of songwriting, like, it's the stickiest melodically. It brings across her like charisma so well. I just think that it's like lyrically the one that you're going to remember the most lyrics from. But in saying that, like, I also think Abracadabra has those qualities as well. But I think it's going to go to Billie Eilish, Wildflower. I think that it's the most like traditional singer-songwritery one. I do think that like because it's her second year in here with the same album, that might be a disadvantage. But Billie Eilish has already won this category twice before. She's nominated every time she's submitted to this category. Like, she is really the darling of the Song of the Year pool. So that's who I think is going to get it.
Oh, darling. Billie, darling. Okay, interesting. Wait, so you think you want Man-Child to
I
win, but
want
you think
Sabrina to
Billie?
get it, but I
Okay.
think that Billie will get it.
Okay, fair. I'm quite torn on this.
It's a hard one.
Basically, I feel like my reasoning's so different to yours, which I don't even know if my reasoning's like fine. Mine's like more about like fairness of like getting an award for something. So it's like,
Yeah.
I feel like K-pop
I
Demon
think that
Hunters
comes in.
should win because it's been like such a success. But would I say it's
Yeah.
like the best songwriting of the bunch? I'm not sure. And I don't mean
It's
success
like,
as in
it's
like,
so surprising that it pops up here and not in Record of the Year. Because I don't think that its strength is its songwriting. I think that its strength is like the whole package of it.
yeah, I agree. I do
Bizarre.
agree. But do you think with song they take into account like charts, or is that more for record, do you think?
I think that comes more into play with Record, like traditionally. It does, but yeah, because things that have won this in the past is like What Was I Made For by Billie, which was not like a huge chart success. Bonnie Raitt's Just Like That, obviously zero chart success.
Love that song.
I Can't Breathe by her, which didn't have much chart success. So but then at the same time, they've done like Adele, Bruno Mars. So like it's really up in the air. But yeah, this is less likely to go to the biggest hit than Record is.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say I want Abracadabra to win, and I think Luther will win it.
Okay.
Because
What
I
are the
do think
odds?
Abracadabra as songwriting is really good. And like
Yeah, I
original
agree.
and like
I think Luther is as well, to be fair.
Luther is too. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
Okay,
Okay, the
give me the
odds
odds.
are K-pop Demon Hunters is the clear favorite.
Is it?
And Luther. Well, Luther was second, and now Abracadabra and Manchild have overtaken in the last like 3 or 4 days. And Abracadabra is second, but Abracadabra and Manchild are tied second, really.
Interesting. God,
And
I
no
can't
one
believe
else has
Golden
much
is number
chance.
one.
It's
Ugh,
really
I don't want to
high
say
for
that,
the
to be
odds.
honest.
Dochi Anxiety's last, and I love Dochi, but I think that's fair. I would be crazy if that won.
It would be crazy. Did Gautier win this for somebody that I used to know, I wonder? No, he didn't.
Know.
But I that would be funny if like the same kind of like sample won twice. But yeah, she has no chance, surely.
Yeah.
Okay, should we go into Record of the Year?
Yeah.
It's a very similar pool to what I said before. Bad Bunny, DTMF, Billie Eilish, Wildflower, Chapel Row in the Subway, Dochi Anxiety, Kendrick Lamar and SZA, Luther, Lady Gaga, Abracadabra, Rose and Bruno Mars, Aperture, and Sabrina Carpenter, Manchild. The only change here is that Golden is gone, and Golden is replaced with Chapel Row in the Subway, which is crazy. Swap those. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I think that this one, I would like for this one to go to either Lady Gaga, Abracadabra, because I think the whole package of this song is just so momentous and like grandiose and just such a moment. But I would also like it to go to Bad Bunny, DTMF, because I think that it's just like such a beautifully produced song. It's so well delivered by Bad Bunny, who like captures this perfect like mix of nostalgia and melancholy in it. it was obviously a huge hit, soundtracked like so many kind of summer memory videos. So I would like to see it go to either of those two. But I think it's going to go to Kendrick Lamar and SZA for Luther. Obviously, Kendrick took this out last year for Not Like Us. The biggest hit in the US of all these songs, I would say, is Luther. Spent 13 weeks at number 1 on the charts. Like, I just think it's the one to beat here. And I'd honestly be happy to see it go to that too.
Yeah. Has anyone won Record of the Year, the same artist, 2 years in a row?
Twice, let me see.
Because 2 years in a row
if
is quite
anyone's
crazy.
Gonna have done it, maybe Adele's done it. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
U2 won it 2 times in a
Oh,
row
of
for Beautiful Day,
course,
followed by
yeah.
Walk On.
Oh, I
Obviously,
remember that.
we all saw that
Great
one
Grammys,
coming.
weren't they?
Adele, no. No, I think that's the only one in like the modern, like kind of weird. Oh, Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish won for Bad Guy in 2020 and she won for Everything I Wanted in 2021.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's happened a couple times.
Wow.
But don't you think that Not Like Us versus Luther, it almost feels like a different artist? Like it's almost like you're not voting for Kendrick twice because they're such polar opposite songs.
Yeah,
And
which is a strength, definitely.
Yeah. SZA's never won in this category before. So even though she's been nominated a couple times, they've actually been nominated together. In 2019, they were nominated for All the Stars.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, give me your predictions. Because like all of these categories, I just wouldn't feel confident enough to bet on, to be honest.
Same. For record, I really want Abracadabra to win because I do feel like it's the whole package. But if, like you say, track record and stats goes into it, like it didn't actually perform commercially very well. I don't think it reached number 1 in the US.
It didn't even reach the top 10 in the US.
Didn't it? Oh,
no.
Such a joke.
Which would be interesting because going through the previous winners, they are all gigantic hits. Like most of them are number 1 records. In fact, I think Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, number 1. Flowers, Miley Cyrus, number 1. Lizzo, About Damn Time, number 1. Silk Sonic, Leave the Door Open, number 1. Like this would be probably the least biggest hit to win it in years. But Lady Gaga has star power.
And it was a cultural moment. Like it was a talked about song. It wasn't like, you know, it's kind of like the Midnight Sun thing where it did terribly on the charts, but it was such a moment, obviously for certain people, aka people with taste. I don't think Gaga's going to win it. I feel like they're going to give it to Luther. If I was going to bet, I'd bet on Luther.
And what would that return for you with the odds?
Oh yeah, let's see. Okay, so Record of the Year was much less clear cut. It's changed quite a few times, but the odds say it's a race between Abracadabra and Luther. But when I looked kind of 3 or 4 days ago, Luther was the favorite, and now Abracadabra is the favorite. But when we talk about this, it's so interesting because the voting finishes like the beginning of Jan. So like, none of the discussions from like Jan 6th to the Grammys make any difference in the voting because it's already happened. So I feel like some people must, I don't know.
I guess
it's influencing it.
In that time, you get a couple leaks of like people who voted who reveal what their votes are, which could shift it slightly. And then you get all the publications coming out with their predictions, which could mess with the bets a little bit. But I definitely think this is Gaga's and Kendrick's to lose, really.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, just don't discount Bad Bunny in any of these categories, I don't think.
True.
Because I've been talking about momentum and like he has momentum. The songs are still going crazy in the charts. He like has a phenomenal lead up given that he's like Super Bowl. I think if the Grammys wants to really like meet the moment with what's going on in this country right now, like Bad Bunny is going to kind of be the one to be able to go up there and be a spokesperson. Like, not that he should feel the pressure to, but like, you know,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I
Yeah,
just feel like
definitely.
he's really like, yeah, he's really meeting the moment this year, and I think that could potentially hinder or be a real like massive push for him. I'm not sure which one it's going to fall on. If they start showing love to him, like if he wins Song of the Year and that's first, I think I'd have more confidence to say then that maybe he'll do the full sweep, because I'm just
Ye-
not sure whether they're going to snub him completely or he's going to be the headline of the night.
I know. I feel like he's gonna get snubbed. Or should we talk about album first before we talk about snubs?
Let's talk about Album of the Year. Bad Bunny, Debbie Tito, Mas Fotos, Clips, Pusha T, and Malice. Let God sort them out. Clips is Pusha T and Malice. I said that as if Clips was part of the group. Justin Bieber Swag, Kendrick Lamar GNX, Lady Gaga Mayhem, Leon Thomas Mutt, Sabrina Carpenter Man's Best Friend, and Tyler the Creator Chromacopia. I would like to see this go to Lady Gaga Mayhem. Obviously,
Would you?
I would, yeah. I mean, I'm separating it by like so little between her and Bad Bunny that I'm honestly not going to care if one of them takes it. But I just would love to see her get an Album of the Year, and this is her chance. Like, this is the best chance that she's going to have. Like, I think full stop. Because these moments, like, of having this like renaissance and this like absolute like, oh my god, Lady Gaga's back and new generations discovering her, and like, I just don't think even if she makes a better album, it's so difficult to capture that moment again. So I would love to see her take it while it's hot. But I think that this is going to go to Bad Bunny, Debbie Tira, Mas Fotos, because as I said, he's got the momentum. The Latin Grammy voters are able to vote this year. He's the biggest artist streaming wise. I think that he's such a recognizable name, obviously, to everybody now because of Super Bowl and because of all the conversation around this record. Whereas last time he was nominated for Un Verano Sin Ti, I think that there's a possibility that a lot of voters didn't know who he was. I don't think that's possible this time around. And I think he's going to be a very difficult one to ignore. However, I think he would be the first non-English speaking album to win. So it would be quite a switch up, which would be very interesting. How do you feel about this?
Oh, I'm so torn. I'm glad you went first though, because I totally agree with you. I feel like Gaga will get an album nom in the future, but I'm not sure how much of a chance she might have of winning just because of like ageism and like especially
Yeah.
against women in pop music. So I do really want her to win it, but I would be so happy if Bad Bunny won it. I'd be pretty cross if anyone else won it personally,
Yeah.
just because I feel like they're the clear deserving winners for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like you said, the cultural impact and political impact of Bad Bunny's album is massive and definitely feels like a cowboy kind of moment. But
Yeah.
Gaga, like, I hate the phrase return to form because I mean I'm wearing my Chromatica jumper. Like, I never thought she went away, but it just feels like her moment, and the momentum does feel, I think, more with her, given the timing of the tour. Like, even her releasing the live recording over like Christmas of the Joker album. I can't remember what it's called now.
Harlequin.
Harlequin. Thank you. I told you my brain is terrible today. So yeah, I think Bad Bunny's going to get it, but I want Mayhem to get it. But I'd be happy with either.
It feels like it's right for Bad Bunny to take it, but it would also feel right for Gaga to take it. Obviously, like, I'm a huge Man's Best Friend fan, but I think the Album of the Year should capture like a moment, not just the album. Like, I think it should feel like it's going to something like that really just like captured pop culture for a year. And I don't think Man's Best Friend has really done that. And I don't think any of these records have done that in the same way that Bad Bunny and Gaga have. Obviously, Kendrick Lamar GNX is the other one that could potentially slide in, but I think that it's a disadvantage given that it was released so far before the others. And also I think that it's like kind of slipped in terms of like, I don't think that its momentum or its presence is the same anymore as it was like this time last year. So
Yeah.
Bad Bunny and Gaga on that one. Should we do the pop categories? We'll just do a quick like who should win and who
Yeah.
will win.
Yeah.
Best pop solo performance: Chapel Roan, The Subway, Justin Bieber, Daisies, Lady Gaga, Disease, Lola Young, Messi, Sabrina Carpenter, Man Child. I would like to see this one go to Chapel Roan, The Subway. I think that it's the best song here. I think that her performance is what really makes it, particularly the bridge is incredible. But I think that this is where Sabrina Carpenter, Man Child is going to take it. It's like probably the biggest hit out of all these. It was a number one record in the US. She took this category last year with Espresso. So I think she's going to get it.
I completely agree. I really want Chapel to get it because it's an iconic song and she makes it what it is.
Yeah.
I don't think she will. Sabrina is the favorite by far. Gaga second. I'd love if Gaga got it. I think Disease is actually quite a hard song to sing, and it's really different for Gaga. So I'll be happy for her to do that too.
I think if they're gonna like make it like Lady Gaga sweeps the night, she'll get this one maybe. But this is gonna be the hardest category for her to win. Okay, let's do best pop duo / group performance. Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, Defying Gravity. Huntrix, Golden. Cat's Eye, Gabriella. Rose and Bruno Mars, Aperture, and SZA with Kendrick Lamar, 3030. Kind of a shit category, to be honest, but like I would like to see this go to Rose and Bruno Mars for Aperture. I think is like the hardest hitting song out of these, and like obviously was such a moment this year. But I think that this is where Huntrix are going to win with Golden. Like surely the odds are saying that they're like almost 98% chance to win, I feel like. So that's where I land on this one.
Yeah, okay. I want K-pop Demon Hunters to win as well. No, I want them to win. You don't want them to win, do you? I want them to win. But I think Aperture will take it only because
so we're the opposite on this.
I think they'll award Aperture based on, you know, like if you were voting, you go, I'm not going to vote for it for song or whatever, but I'll vote in this category to like give it something.
Yeah.
But odds on Gold Derby, odds are Aperture.
Are they?
Actually, and then K-pop is second. Cynthia, Ariana third.
I mean, I guess that is like the fact that Bruno Mars is just like the Grammys' favorite person on earth, and he won this category last year with Die With a Smile. So yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, that's wild though. How different it is compared to. And Cynthia and Ariana, I love, but I'd be happy for them to win. I just don't think it will happen. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that, like, no, it doesn't have a chance. Surely not.
It just feels more like Oscars. Like, I don't know what they'll award it for the Grammys.
Yeah. No, it's not getting it. Okay, best pop vocal album. Justin Bieber's Swag, Lady Gaga's Mayhem, Miley Cyrus's Something Beautiful, Sabrina Carpenter's Man's Best Friend, Teddy Swims' I've Tried Everything But Therapy Part 2. Part 1, famously not nominated. I would like to see this go to Lady Gaga Mayhem. Like, if they're going to snub her in the main categories, this is surely where she's going to get it, and she has to get at least one. It's like the biggest pop moment out of all of these albums. Vocal performance, if that even comes into it, is obviously off the charts, and I also think that she is going to win. I think there's
what do you mean if it comes into vocal performance? It's pop vocal album.
I know, but do they really think about that? Or is it just a pop album that has vocals on it?
I'd love it if they just gave it to like Brad or something, just being like, "Oh, it's got vocals, so let's go for it."
But I think that's literally what the definition of it is.
Is it?
Yeah, I feel like it's just the award is presented to artists that perform albums containing at least 51% of playing time of newly recorded pop vocal tracks. So it's not actually about the performance. They just have to have vocals in it.
Oh my god, I literally am so dumb. I always thought that it was about the vocals on the album.
No, I don't think so. Because, like, for example, last year, Sabrina Carpenter won for Short and Sweet. Whereas surely you would say that, like, Ariana Grande's vocals on Eternal Sunshine or Chappell Roan's on The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess were, like, more impressive.
Oh my god, I've never known that. Okay. Stand off in the comments if you were like me, or am I the only one? I also think Gaga, but my reasoning was going to be because she has such versatility and
Yeah.
a great vocal performance. So I guess my reason is it's just the best album.
I mean,
With
if they
lots of
want to bring
vocals in
vocal,
it.
there's maybe a bunch of voters who also don't know this. So if they want to bring vocals into it, she's still the winner.
Crazy. I'm glad to see Miley with the nom in this category, though. Gaga's
She
the
has zero
favourite.
chance, but I'm happy to see her with the nomination.
Justin, Miley, and Teddy apparently have basically zero chance. It's Gaga ahead, and Sabrina is second with like a decent chance.
If this is early in the night and they give it to Teddy Swims, I'm gonna brace for impact. I'm gonna put my head in the emergency position because it means the night is going to like everything we thought was gonna happen is not.
Sweeps.
Can you imagine if Swag wins Album of the Year? Would it be mad?
You'd be
Harry's got one. Justin should have one as well.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Okay, best dance pop recording. Lady Gaga, Abracadabra, Pink Pantheress, Illegal, Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco, Bluest Flame, Tate McRae, Just Keep Watching, from F1, Trademark the Movie, Zara Larsson, Midnight Sun. You're obviously going with Tate McRae because you loved the F1 soundtrack.
Yeah, F1. I can't believe F1's not in record of the album of the year. Fuming.
So I would like to see this go to Lady Gaga, Abracadabra, because I think it's obviously the best song.
I'm back. Sorry.
I don't know what happened. It sounded like you were like mocking me or something, but it was a glitch.
I was mocking you and then it stopped.
Oh damn.
You pronounced abracadabra like all broken up. It wasn't a glitch. Trust me, I was definitely trying to mock you.
Well, Abracadabra, I think, is the one to beat in this category, surely. I mean, the other story that you could start painting here is that Zara Larsson's Midnight Sun is beginning to do really well, and Zara has the most momentum right now out of anybody in this category, but that's a reach. Like, she's coming up against Lady Gaga. If like this is really a category where she should do well, and it's pretty obvious to me that they submitted Abracadabra here because they felt it would have a better chance here than in best pop solo performance. Surely it's going to win, and surely the odds are like very much on its side.
Yeah, I can't find the odds for it annoyingly on Gold Derby or Gold Derby or whatever. But
I mean, surely
it's got to be the odds-on favorite.
It's the favorite to win. Yeah,
and I really want it to win as well.
So you want Tate to win, but who do you think's going to win?
It's 1 and odds on for Gargs, surely. I'm really worried now that Garg's just going to get completely snubbed. I feel like people are so unfair when you have success in the past and the bar is so high for her. I just feel like people are going to be unfair, but let's see.
But maybe that was right like previously of an old Grammys, but maybe not so right now. I mean, like last year, kind of like all my hopes and dreams came true with Beyonce. Like the fact that she got best country album and got album of the year, like I think shows that things are somewhat being corrected, and like you just can't paint like last year it made a lot of sense that Sabrina Carpenter swept the pop categories, and that I think Charlie XCX won this one with Vondage. And if you bring that same kind of logic to this year, then surely it's Lady Gaga in all these categories.
Yeah, true.
Also, what does this category even really mean? Like, is there a reason that Sabrina Carpenter didn't just like submit House Tour or something for it? Like,
Don't
it
ask me.
doesn't
I
make
thought
sense.
vocal album was about Christina Aguilera's vocal run, so I obviously have no idea.
All
Okay,
right. That
should we
kind of.
talk? We've got to cover other things from the run sheet.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Go for it.
We've got red carpet performances and speeches.
Yeah.
So, red carpet, who of anyone do you think will have like a moment, whether that's someone who's nominated or like someone's partner? For example,
Someone's
last
partner.
year. Yeah, no, last year it was Bianca Sensory. She was the most trending red
Oh,
carpet look
right. And
because
they
she
weren't
rocked
even
up um
invited.
naked. Yeah. But she was like the most trending by a mile for like Grammy's red carpet. So
So
maybe
I
Hailey Bieber could take one.
just dressed as a giant tube of road lip gloss.
Yeah, or she just comes with like an I hate Selena or like I killed Selena t-shirt or something just to really soak the
Perfect.
rumors.
Yeah. I mean, I think like obviously Lady Gaga seems to be back kind of in her mode of like eccentric avant-garde outfits. So I think she's a massive one to look at. I think Doechii also is proving herself to be like a massive red carpet moment. Sabrina Carpenter is really the it girl in pop music right now, so she'd have to have a vibe. Tyler the Creator's always a well-dressed man. Like, yeah, but
Yeah.
Addison Rae I think will be interesting. I think it's
Yeah.
sometimes interesting to look at the new artists because they have more pressure on them to make a splash, and they're often the ones who will do the most outfit wise. Like if you think of Chapel last year, she did
Yeah.
so much with that like crazy hat and stuff. So yeah, Addison will be interesting, and Cat's Eye as well will be interesting.
Yeah.
Who do
True.
you think?
I think Gaga will do a nod to her Total Mayhem. She'll be Something Feathers because that's
Yeah.
been the theme. But again, everyone will expect her to do something crazy, so people won't be that shocked. I think Sabrina Carpenter might have the best look. I think she'll go really camp, Dolly Parton-esque with like va-va-voom sexuality, and I think it might get people talking.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she's going to do a good job too. What
And
about
Bad Bunny will
Grammys?
surely
Oh, of course.
rock a
Yeah,
good
Bad
outfit.
Bunny will do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the performers for it so far
Yeah.
announced, Sabrina Carpenter has been announced, but then it's the entire lineup of best new artists. So Addison,
Yeah.
Alex Warren, Cat's Eye, Leon Thomas, Lola Young, Olivia Dean, Somba, and the Marias. They all get 2 minutes each to do a performance. Apart from that, the only other one who's been announced is Clips, which I find so interesting. Like there must be so many more performers to be announced
Yeah. There must be.
because usually there's way more than that, and they're missing like
Yeah.
majority of the huge nominees. Like if they're not able to get Gaga, Bad Bunny, or Kendrick to perform, they've kind of
Yeah.
failed.
Literally. Even like, surely they have at least 3 or 4 of the biggest artists nominated.
Surely. Because like when I'm thinking of last year's performers, Sabrina performed. She was nominated for album, obviously. Charlie performed. She was nominated for album. Chapel performed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Billie Eilish performed. That's like what I can think of so far. And they were all nominated for album of the year. So that's like half of the like album of the year category performed.
That's crazy. Although I do love they're giving all the best new artists a platform.
Yeah, so they did that last year as well. Which was that was like Doechii's moment. That was really cool. So yeah, I don't even know what I'm excited for yet because I'm excited to see what Addison can do in 2 minutes, like performing on the Grammy stage. But apart from that, there's no like, oh my God, like this will be really cool to see what they do. So it's
what would you
interesting.
want to see? Like if you were if you were like sitting in a room with Addison and she was like, what should I do to like make an impact in my performance at the Grammys? Like, what would you be like, you have to do this or you could do this?
I want her show like condensed into 2 minutes. I want like 3 songs. I want the confetti. I want like the mountain climbers. Like I want it just to go nuts for 2 minutes. I want it to feel totally ADD and feel like
Yeah.
you've just been like spun around 8 times while you're watching it. And I want
Yeah.
people who don't like her to not like her more after it, you know?
That is so good. That's actually really good advice. Make the haters hate you even more.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe just don't sing and don't have a mic and just mime the whole time. So the haters are like...
Definitely mime. That is one way to get people really riled up at the most serious night in music.
Like, I would love Addison to do like a Black Swan number. Like the ballet vibes, but it's dark. I don't know, it goes into like Fame as a Gun and you could get quite dark with it.
The problem is 2 minutes is not enough to do much. Like
it's
that's
nothing.
An American Idol performance, basically.
Yeah, that's like the maximum length I take to shag. It's not very long.
You've just been announced as a performer for the Grammys. Jono will be shagging live on stage.
No one wants to hear that album, trust me.
Do you think Gaga might perform? Do you think she's just not been announced? Because she did perform last year. She did California Dreaming. Like
I think she's in Japan.
What? She's not going to be there?
I don't think she's... I don't know.
There's no way she's not going. And if she's not going, I retract everything I said about hoping she wins.
Oh, what? Because she's not turning up. I'm pretty sure... Well, she's in Japan at the moment. Yeah, on the... No,
she's got a gap for Grammys. Because her last show in Japan is on the 30th. And then she doesn't restart the tour until the 14th of Feb in America, which is surely like a... I'm coming to the Grammys gap. Fine. Although that is a pretty tight turnaround.
She has to leave.
No, she's got 2 days. No, she's fine. And Japan's ahead of the US.
Okay, yeah. Fair.
She'll just be a little lagged, but she'll be okay.
She must do a performance. Also, she'll probably do a medley with like Bruno Mars and Rosé or something.
Of course she will. She'll probably end up performing none of the songs. She'll bloody like cover Frank Sinatra.
No,
and
you know what I would love?
For 9 minutes.
I'd love if she won Album of the Year and then during her acceptance speech, she did the Dead Dance Rickroll. Just like snapped into it. Everyone was like, what the hell is going on? That would be my absolute dream.
That would be like really flogging a dead horse because that dance never took off. And then to just like make it such a central part of the speech would be amazing.
It would be so good.
I think that this would be a good time for Taylor Swift to like make her... It's not going to happen. But like for her to return to the stage, I think this would be a perfect year to do it. Like she's not nominated, no stakes.
What she performed, she's not nominated though.
But they often do it. Like they'll bring an artist who has a new album to perform. Like The Weeknd performed last year and he wasn't nominated.
True. Oh my God. Maybe Gaga will perform with The Weeknd their new song.
There's no way The Weeknd's coming back to they basically did a humiliation ritual with him last year. There's no way he's returning to the stage.
True.
Apparently Harry Styles as well they wanted to get, but they didn't secure him, but he will be presenting.
Oh, okay.
Which will be very exciting.
Well, lucky for him, he's not performing because you'll be tweeting saying how bad the vocals are. No pop vocal performance for him. Okay, what about speeches? Last thing. Who do you think would have a moment and what do you want to see from a speech? I don't really care for speeches that much, but is there anything you think would be good?
Well, I think it's just such a tense moment right now, like politically, that's kind of going to be impossible to avoid when it comes to the speeches this year. And remember, like the most powerful speeches last year was like when Gaga got up and like dedicate. I'm not sure if she dedicated, but she certainly like shouted out the trans community, which was just like such a beautiful moment. And then when like Kim Petras did that when she won the award with Sam Smith was like really nice as well. So I think the focus is going to be on that. And Gaga will always meet the moment politically, like in a speech, I feel like. When you think about like her Super Bowl performance, how she like addressed it at the start of the Trump era with like the speech she did before jumping off. I just don't think she's going to be able to avoid it. And the backlash is going to be so strong if she gets up and she's just like, you know, mayhem changed my life. Thank you, Michael. And that's it. I think she's going to do something. And obviously Bad Bunny, I think that he, like, part of me wanting him to win Album of the Year is I think his speech would just be so good. Like everything he's said and his actions in the past year have all been so purposeful and so potent that I can't see him not bringing that to a speech. So I feel like that's the reason I'm looking forward to it. Otherwise, I honestly don't care about speeches. I don't want to see you like thank your management and whatever. Like put it in an Instagram post. That's not the time for it.
Yeah, I agree. Also, Chapel was memorable from last year as well, talking about like younger artists. So I agree.
Yeah.
I think political message is great. Surely Bad Bunny will perform and he'll do a political message in his performance.
I wondered that, but is there an exclusivity contract if you're doing Super Bowl so soon?
Oh, is there?
Well, I don't know because I'm trying to think of other artists who've also done Super Bowl and performed at the Grammys, and I can't really think of any. Like, obviously, Kendrick didn't perform last year. I'm just looking it up.
That's a really good question. I haven't thought about that.
I really don't think there's anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, not that I can say.
Yeah.
They're saying Bruno Mars did it, but Bruno Mars wasn't the main performer, was he, at the Super Bowl? I don't know.
Yeah, wasn't he lumped in? Okay.
I would love to see it happen, but at the same time, him and Gaga are both like on tour, so it's pretty intense to do both.
Yeah. Also, surely he'll shout out Gaga if he wins in his acceptance speech because
he loves Gaga. Star. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a tie like that? And
I would actually love that. I'd love that. But then everyone would be so cross because every year they'd be like, it should be a tie. Lisa Kudrow did a really iconic speech. I don't know what it was for. She won an award and she just got on stage and said, thank you. And then stared at the crowd for 15 seconds, then just walked off. I would love if someone did that. Like
Gaga will probably go up and thank Nurtec and then have to do the 30-second spiel being like, side effects may include headaches, nausea.
And then she'll do the dead dad's Rickroll.
Perfect. What a payday for her. Well, it's going to be fun to watch anyway. It's always a fun thing to watch, even if you hate watching, because it starts going wrong very early in the night. Last year I loved it, obviously, because Beyonce took it out. But yeah, it'll be interesting. And I do have a good feeling that at least Album of the Year is going to go to one of the artists we want to win it. So we'll be back next week to discuss. I've got to write down what we guessed, so that we can do a little tally at the end of it. But we didn't differentiate on many, so that'll be interesting for everyone. Come back next week for our Grammys episode. Thank you for joining. Make sure you follow, subscribe. You can also come to the Poppod Instagram that we're now posting stuff on. And we will see you on the other side of this. See ya.